Cece, are you sick of me yet? I know this is my third video over the past few days, but I promised you this haul. I am super excited about it. So yeah, I'm going to show you my mega haul, or in my opinion, this is an epic haul. So it's stuff I really enjoy, right up my wheelhouse, and I hope you guys enjoy some of it too. I just got a bunch more records today from my uncle, so I will be showing those at the end, or I might do a part 2 of this video depending on how long this runs. So we just got back from the grocery store and it was pouring out, so my hair is kind of crazy looking right now. But I'm gonna get started here. There's two I want to show you that I totally forgot to show in some of my other videos, so I'm going to show those really quick. The first is the Sandpipers, and what is this one called? I guess just self-titled. I got this at a garage sale. I remembered Oddbox Topper talking about it in his psych entry for my contest a couple months ago, and I remember him saying that the song Glass is beautiful. So it was super cheap and I picked it up. As a whole, I can't say I really enjoy this album. They were a great group known for mostly their vocal harmonies and arrangements, and Glass, yeah, Glass is a gorgeous song. So there's that one. And then I picked this one up a while ago, Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys, which I really love this. I was kind of skeptical and I wasn't sure whether I was going to like this, but I thoroughly enjoy it. And this is on Capitol. So yeah, I wanted to get those ones shown real quick. Okay, now we are starting on to the mega haul. If you follow me on Instagram, first of all, I've been careful to not show too much of this. I've probably shown 2 of these between both the Facebook vinyl community group and Instagram. So I've been really careful not to reveal too much of this haul on those platforms. But here, the first one I did show, it's Richard Lloyd's Alchemy. Richard Lloyd was one of the masterful guitarists of television in the 70s, and this is his solo album from 1979. Here's the back here, and I'll show you the label. This is a wonderful debut album on Elektra. And basically, I think I actually enjoy this more than Tom Verlaine's solo album, which I also own. This one has some Byrds influences in it, some new wave. Overall, it is quite a listen, great guitar work. So if you liked television, you're gonna like this, and I recommend you give that a listen at some point. Okay, I have a couple grails in here, by the way. Let's see. I've got new vinyl and used vinyl. Sorry, you guys, I don't like being out of frame, but I'm trying to get my bearings here. This one I actually haven't listened to yet. Just haven't had the opportunity. I'm swimming in vinyl once again here. But I've wanted this for so long. I just read rave reviews about it. I've heard a few songs from it already, but it's XTC's Drums and Wires from 1979. You guys know I'm becoming a huge XTC fan. This is their 3rd album. Let me show you the label. It has the original inner sleeve with the lyrics on it. And so this one as well as 3 others I bought from a Discogs seller. Looks like it's on Virgin Records. But I really like Ecstasy. I really like just the songwriting, and it's like really punchy guitar work, and just a really fun band. So the song that I do know off of here is Making Plans for Nigel. And I just know this is going to be amazing to listen to. All right, next we've got, this isn't such bad shape, the cover here. But I saw that Zach at Listen to Records, on his channel, he showed recently that he picked up the first album from Nazz. And I was like, that reminded me because I've heard a few songs from them before, and I was like, I really want to get some of them or some of their stuff in my collection. So I remember hearing the song Under the Ice. So I picked up, this is their second album. I guess it's just called Nazz. And of course this is Todd Rundgren's, I guess it's his first band. There's the back there. This cover is completely split. But Nazz are really hard to find. I haven't found any of their stuff locally before. And so because of the song Under the Ice, I wanted this. You guys, that song is incredible. The drums are incredible. What's the drummer's name? Is it John Mooney or Tom Mooney? I forget, but he's got to be one of my favorite drummers of that time. I'll show you the label here. SGC? I'm not really familiar. This is awesome. Just right up my alley, this kind of music. It's kind of power pop. Some different styles of music, actually. It's pretty diverse. It's a really good listen, so love it. Nazz. Alright, the next one is a grail. I've talked about this group before. In fact, I did a review of their first two albums. I think I may have taken that video down because I wasn't too happy with it. But this is one of my favorite power pop bands of the 80s. You know, whether you want to call them jangle pop. I know I say these terms a lot, but it's just the way to describe what kind of genre it is, and it's my kind of stuff, basically. So it's power pop / jangle pop. It is the DB's debut. Right here stands for decibels. Alright, I am so excited to have this. This is probably in my top 20 albums of all time right here. First of all, my uncle introduced me to them in the mid-2000s. I've got their CD. I should have brought it over here, but it's a single CD with two of their albums on it. Their first two albums, Stands for Decibels and Repercussion. I was obsessed with that for so long. It stayed in my car forever. I listened to it at home. Like, it was just always on repeat. So it's one of my favorite albums of all time. The seller said it was near mint, and yeah, it plays near mint. However, it's on Albion Records, by the way, which I don't know. There's a slight warp. I never know if it'll come through on the camera. Now, I'm going to email the seller about that. It plays fine, but he did list it as near mint, and if there's a slight warp in it, maybe it got damaged a little bit in the mail. But I did pay $35 for this, and it does go for, I've seen it up to $50, $60. $35 is still a lot for me to pay for vinyl, just because I don't have much money, and I expect, the description to be accurate. So I am going to email him. It sounds really good, but the warp kind of irked me a little bit. So anyway, one of my favorite albums of all time of this genre. Chris Stamey and Peter Holsapple, right here. Peter Holsapple, Chris Stamey. They were the singer-songwriters. They play guitar as well. Just brilliant. Now, when you hear this album, it is very strange. It is a quirky album. They kind of sound nerdy when they sing, so when you first listen to it, you're going to be like, what is this? What am I listening to? Give it a couple listens if you don't like it at first. It definitely grew on me. So, Stands for Decibel by the DBs, just fantastic. I'm looking for Repercussion too. I've got Like This and The Sound of Music as well on vinyl, and I have a Chris Stamey solo album. So I'm a huge fan of them all around. So that is a grail for me. Thumbs up right there. All right, we're already at, 9 minutes here. I will try to go through these pretty quick. I'm going to show you mostly new vinyl the rest of the way except for this one. This is a band I'm recently getting into, and it's Deep Purple. So this is their first album, Shades of Deep Purple. I bought this on the Facebook trading group or vinyl group, and I'll show you the label. What does that say? Tetragrammaton Records. Sorry. Ooh, this is awesome. I'm really getting into Ritchie Blackmore's guitar style and guitar playing. Hush is on here. You guys have all heard that. They do a cover of I'm So Glad and an awesome cover of Help by the Beatles and Hey Joe. So this is I dig this a lot. I really dig this. Glad to have this. Another one from Deep Purple that I bought brand new. This is their third album, I believe. It's just self-titled. Now, I found out about this from Dan's channel, Dots and Loops. He did like a needle drop of the first song, which is Chasing Shadows, and I was like, ooh, that sounds really, really awesome. This is a gatefold, by the way, and this is a reissue. Bought it from eBay, and that my favorite vendor. This is killer, all right? You know, everything from Ritchie Blackmore's guitar work to Ian Pace's drumming. What label is this? Harvest? But like I said, this is a new reissue, a very well done reissue, I might add. So you got hard rock on here, you got organ. What else do you need, right? I enjoy every single song on this. Chasing Shadows. They do a cover of Donovan's Lelena. That is very good. The Painter. That really rocks. And April, the last song, is kind of, it takes you to different places. It's a 3-part song. There's some orchestral elements in it, and like towards the end it rocks a little more, but really good. I've listened to this a couple times already. Love it. Okay, I'm going to mention Zach at Lesson to Records again because he showed this one recently. I'm already a huge Damned fan anyways. I've got all their CDs either, you know, on burned discs, or I have the actual CDs. This would be one of my favorite albums by them. He showed it recently, and he said that Jurassic Plastic does pressings, and I was like, I had heard that they do pressings, but I wasn't sure of the quality. So, and he said that he got one of their pressings. This is Machine Gun Etiquette from the Damned, their third album. 150 gram standard issue black vinyl. And yes, it is on Jurassic Plastic Records, which they press here in Omaha. And their store is pretty cool. I find their store to be a little overpriced. So I did buy this online at that eBay vendor. You guys, this is like an awesome punk album. So their earlier stuff is more punk. I showed Strawberries a couple videos ago, and that one's more leaning into goth territory. This one's definitely more punk and more ruckus. You've got Love Song on here. I Just Can't Be Happy Today. Melody Lee is probably my favorite song on here. I love that. Anti-Pope, I like the lyrics on that. Plan 9, Channel 7. And then you got the Smash It Up Parts 1 and 2. I'm a huge fan of Captain Sensible. I think he is a riot. He's a character. His guitar playing is insanely good. So I recommend this album highly. Machine Gun Etiquette. When did it come out originally? I think maybe 1979 or so. I don't think it says on here. That's just a wild guess, but Captain Sensible's on here. And I definitely want to get Captain Sensible's solo albums, a few of them anyways, because I've heard them and it's pretty good stuff. Okay, 14 minutes. All right, trying to move a little faster here. The next one is by The Cure, and it's The Head on the Door. This is also a reissue. I actually got this in a trade with, Chris does improv at a club downtown, and so it would be his instructor, I guess. So he did a trade with me, and I obtained this, and this is probably my favorite Cure album, by the way. So I am thrilled to own this finally. It sounds really good too. Fiction Records, it says, but it's an album from 1985. I don't know. You can't really... Like I said, it's a reissue. And the inner sleeve has the lyrics. Very nice. Very stunning album. Just beautiful. So, there you go. Alright, next, I really wanted to get Chris Bell's I Am the Cosmos, so I bought this new as well. Chris Bell, of course, was in Big Star. There's the track listing. You guys may have heard You and Your Sister. I think that may have been in some movies, but this, I'm kind of obsessed with this right now. This is pretty incredible. Amazing songwriting. He was so talented. Just taken away too soon, I believe. A car accident. And this is on Omnivore Recordings. I didn't want to get... I think there's a Foreman with Beards pressing out there. I was sure to stay clear from that, you know. Probably one of the best albums of the 70s right here. If you like Big Star, you will like that. Moving right along here. I got 2 new albums left to show you, and then we're going to the stack I got from my uncle's house. Okay, so this one is a band from the early 80s. They might be a British band. I think they are. So anyway, Dave Z, I think that's his name on YouTube. He told me about these guys, and it's the Barracudas. This is their first album, Drop Out with the Barracudas. This is so good. So he gave me a bunch of recommendations for power pop bands or, you know, related power pop bands of that time, and this was one of them, and I sampled it, and I just really, really dug it. So I picked it up, and this is a reissue. I'll show you the label. Came with a nice black poly inner sleeve, too. Parlophone. So, how to describe them? They are a little bit of jangle pop, a little bit of power pop, and a little bit of surf. Definitely some surf elements. So, originally this came out in 1980, and I kind of wanted to bring this up and on my video yesterday, the top 10 of 1980, but then I was like, oh, I kind of want to save that for the haul video. But some of my favorite songs on here: Codyne, We're Living in Violent Times, This Ain't My Time, I Saw My Death in a Dream Last Night. That's a good song. And then the second side is a lot of like surfy California-esque type songs. Very enjoyable listen from these guys. They had a couple albums. This is their first, and this might be their best. But thank you, Dave, for recommending them to me. Really, really dig that. Okay, the last one. I didn't have anything by the Small Faces before, so I got this reissue, which I believe is their third album, and it's on immediate here. This is a really good reissue, too. There's the track listing. One of my favorite mod groups from the 60s. I like this picture here of them. I'm a Ronnie Lane fan. Let's show you the label. Just immediate. My absolute favorite song on here is Green Circles. I pretty much play that over and over again. But this is a really fantastic listen if you like, you know, the 60s mod, kind of garagey at times. I'm sure you guys know. I mean, Small Faces are mentioned a lot on here, so Tell Me Have You Ever Seen Me? That's a really good one. Up the Wooden Hills to Bedfordshire. I played that all the time in college. I think it's because I downloaded it probably on Napster back in the day, and I just kept putting it on mix CDs because I really liked the sound of it with the organ and everything. So yeah, Up the Wooden Hills and Green Circles are my favorite tracks off of this. Which, you know, Up the Wooden Hills, it's not even written by Steve Marriott or Ronnie Lane, but I really like it. So, okay, so that's that first part, and now I think I do have just a little bit of time to show you what I got from my uncle's house, and I will do a part 2 later on because I'm waiting for a couple of pieces in the mail. One is Who Related, Okay, I'm gonna save that one for last. Okay. So I'm adding to my Moody Blues collection here. By the way, okay, let me give you a little backstory on how I got these. So I have an uncle that passed away in 1997 from a car accident, and he was a huge music fan. He had tons of vinyl. He had a lot of CDs and cassettes. I was able to get quite a few of his CDs and cassettes from my aunt, and my brother actually got one of his old record players, and he was kind of store keeping his vinyl for a long time. So finally, yesterday, my other uncle, which is my mom's brother, she went over to Rob's house, my brother's house, to get first dibs on the vinyl. You know, he has first dibs to pick out stuff from his brother's collection. So he did that. And I had set a small pile aside a couple months ago. It just took a while to look through it. So today I finally got a decent stack here from that. So the first two are Moody Blues, and this is On the Threshold of a Dream. But look, it's a super disc by Nautilus, and I've never seen these before. But this is like, seriously, the cover and everything is in mint condition. It doesn't even look played, to be honest, but Nautilus Durham. It's a half-speed mastered super disc recording, so that is, I haven't heard this one either before, so that's going to be very nice. And then I got Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. So I think these two are part of like the ultimate 7 records that you must own by the Moody Blues or something. I've heard people talk about. There's the cool gatefold. I like the artwork on this a lot. Inner sleeve here and the lyrics on the back. Threshold. So I have more Moody Blues now. The next one is a Roseanne Cash album. I haven't heard too much of her stuff, but hopefully this is a good one. 7 Year Ache from 1981. If you guys are familiar with this, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Very 80s clothing there, and Columbia. So hopefully that is a decent listen right there. All right, the next one is The Innocents from Erasure. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I know Matt likes this group a lot. I really am not sure I know anything by them. Is it Erasure or Erasure? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, you guys. Please don't laugh. But this is from 1988. I still have a lot to learn music-wise, you guys. Sire Records. You know, we have a whole lifetime to discover new music, listen to music. All right, the next one. This is cool. It's Traffic's first album, I think. Yeah, it's kind of I think there's some damage to that cover, but this is a gatefold. This is gonna be sweet. Oh, it has like a booklet in here. Cool. And then this is on United Artists Records. Okay. This is gonna be a really good listen. All right. 2 more left and then I'm out. You guys have stuck with me this long. I know Lisa has shown this fairly recently, I think. It's Quicksilver's Anthology. Very excited about this. It's gatefold double LP. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty sweet. This is on Capitol. All right, and the last one is pretty stunned that he had this in his collection, especially since I think it's a mono version. It's the Electric Prunes, one with I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night. I haven't looked to see if this is an original. I'm guessing it is. Let's see the label here. It was in here without an inner sleeve, so I just grabbed one I had. I have to buy more quality inner sleeves, but it's on Reprise. And it says mono on there, towards the bottom there. Yeah, these guys were garage rock. I think some of them kind of lump them into the psych category, but I think they were more garage probably. So I'm super excited to have this. Yes. From when? I think it's from like 1967. Of course, it's not going to say on here. Yes. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to do part 2 whenever I get that stuff in. I think I have 3 to 4 records left to show you. So probably sometime this week I will do the part 2. We're going to a record show next Sunday, so we have that to look forward to. Tomorrow night we're seeing the Smashing Pumpkins down at the CenturyLink Center. Chris and I are going. Tickets weren't that bad. We're sitting in, it's not like the middle front floor section, but it's the middle section, so we're not going to be like way up in the nosebleeds. We're going to be, you know, kind of in the middle, so it should be good seats. I'm excited because it's 3 of the 4 original members that are on this tour, and I believe they're playing all early stuff, so stuff from like their first 4 albums. So I think I'm going to be listening to them the rest of the day today and tomorrow just to get pumped for that concert. I'm super excited. They're one of my favorite 90s bands. Anyways, let me know if you guys like this haul. Let me know what you liked from it. If you can recommend anything else. You know, I'm always all ears. So, yeah. Definitely chime in if you want. And thank you for watching as always. And I will be back soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care, you guys. Bye.